Could it be? But me, your man, Louie T. Welcome to the Skill Game, brought to you by Sleeper. We'll get to the Sleeper app here in a bit, but before we do any of that, let's talk about the Sunday night contest. AFC East family business. You know how the family do it. And if you don't know, potentially they'll show us. Then you'll know, right? We've had some really good divisional matchups on primetime this year. We've had some great matchups in general, but we've seen two straight really good Thursday night football contests from the NFC West. We saw a really good Dallas, Eagles game to kick off the season. So we've seen some really good games within, divisions on primetime. Let's see if this falls into that category. Feels like on paper it's a mismatch, but we just saw a team that was coming in banged up, over touchdown underdogs, and they went on the road and won. Can New England do the same? I don't know what the line is for this game. I imagine that the Bills are heavy favorites in this game. Did you see the Bills uniforms that they're unveiling in this game tonight? Woo-wee! Them things are clean. Yikes. It's hard to overcome New Jerseys, that environment, nighttime lights. That's going to be a lot for New England to overcome in this game. But ultimately, if you're Buffalo, you just got to stay the course of doing what you've done to get off to a 4-0 start, right? You're one of two undefeated teams in the league right now. And so if you're the Bills, you've run it very well this season to start. Josh Allen has been super efficient and effective. You've spread the wealth around at the receiver position. Guys are stepping up when they need to. Defensively, you're being opportunistic. You're taking advantage of, opportunities to force turnovers. Ever since the week one game, you've been so much better defensively, and you've had guys out, right? Ed Oliver missed a couple of weeks, so did Matt Milano. But as you get healthier defensively and you continue to execute on the offensive side, just keep doing what you've done. You keep doing that. The only thing that's been in constant flux for you is really the kicking situation with, Tyler Bass getting hurt. But ultimately, you've weathered, any storms that have come your way to get off to the 4-0 start. You're better than this Patriots team. So do exactly what you did to the Jets earlier this season to them and just dominate, all right? Don't allow it to be close. Don't allow a Patriots team that, had their best showing under Mike Vrabel in his short tenure as Patriots head coach. And probably one of the best games they've had since Brady retired by drubbing the Carolina Panthers. They're coming in with some confidence now. You've got to start fast if you are Buffalo. If you're New England, I just talked about the ass whooping that you gave out to the Panthers last week. Total BTA from really the second quarter on. That thing got out of control very quickly. And this team believes, right? This team believes in what Mike Vrabel is doing and the message that he's trying to get across. They're buying in. This team has competed at a high level. And I think the Patriots are 1-3, if I'm not mistaken. They could easily be 3-1. It could easily be 3-1. I think they're 2-2, right? Because they beat the Dolphins and then they beat the Panthers. So they're 2-2. So this is a team riding a 2-game win streak. If I'm not mistaken, they lost in week 1 to the Raiders. And then in week 2, they lost to so they beat the Dolphins in week 2, I believe. They lost to the Steelers in week 3, if I'm not mistaken. That's a game they should have won. And then they won against Carolina. So this team could easily be 3-1. They should be, as a matter of fact, 3-1. You could argue if they would have played a little bit better and their field goal kicker would have made some kicks in week 1, they could be 4-0 because they might not have lost to the Raiders. But that's nor here nor there. They're 2-2, but they've been competitive in every single game this season. Every game. They are not afraid. They will come in here, and they gave you a run for your money last year in Buffalo. Last year. So they're not afraid to come in there and make some noise. This will be a fun game. But if you're the Patriots, you can't turn the ball over. You starts there. Ramondre Stevenson, I'm talking to you. Drake May, to a lesser degree, in a lesser extent, I'm talking to you. Can't turn the ball over, right? So that's number one. Number two, you got to score points. The Bills are going to score points. They're going to score points. You have to score points in this game. I think you can run on this Bills defense. I think you can run on this Bills defense. So you need to establish a run, and you need to hold on to the damn football. So, and I think the biggest thing after turnovers is you have to start fast. You have to start fast. You have to start fast. So, with that said, let's get to the skill game, brought to you by Sleeper.
The skill game, brought to you by Sleeper.
So, Sleeper is a fantasy, sports, and real money gaming app that focuses on bringing people together through sports and gaming. Sleeper has some of the fastest and safest withdrawals in the game. It is so easy to deposit money in. Speaking of which, use my promo code LTN to get you a 100% match on your first deposit up to $100. That's right, a dollar for dollar match. You put in 100, they're going to give you an additional 100 to use on the app. And as I've shown you in the past, and I'm going to show you again here, it doesn't take a lot to win a lot of money. $100 can go a long way, right? You can be betting off that $100 for the vast majority of the season. So don't delay. Take advantage of this opportunity. There's a link in the description of this and every single video that I do. Click that link. If you already have the app downloaded, then you're ahead of the game. You're ahead of the game. All you got to do is use my promo code LTN to get that deposit match that I just spoke of. And now, during the month of October, Sleeper is throwing in an additional $20 for free. More details to come on Monday, but just know, you use that promo code, you're going to get an additional $20. So don't wait. Go be great. Get the app. Let's have some fun. Most importantly, let's win some money. Speaking of which, let's get to it, right? And so we're going to click on the Sunday Night Affair, right? We've already clicked on NFL. And for those of you, let me just show you NFL, right? We've clicked on the NFL. Here's the Thursday night game right here. Click on that. It's going to take us to all the stats for this game. So they got a little promo here. Stephon Diggs going back to Buffalo. All right. Which I think he's already done. Where was he at last year? Where was Diggs at last year? Why am I drawing a blank on where he was? Houston. I'm not sure if the Texans came back there or not, but he'll be back. Maybe for the first time since no longer being a Bill, but I don't love the 48-yard. I don't know if he's had a 48-yard receiving game. Oh, shit. He killed Carolina, but everybody killed Carolina last week. Like you see the weeks previous that he's starting to, turn into that guy for Drake May. I don't know, but I'm staying away from that. James Cook is as safe as any bet you'll have on an anytime touchdown. From a touchdown perspective, this guy gets in the end zone almost every week, it feels like. If the Patriots are to win this game, it feels like Drake May is going to have to throw for over 226 yards. If I wanted to be safe, and I want to be safe right now, I'm going to take him on over 175 yards. And then when we get to the end, I might have enough gumption to put that where it needs to be. But right now, I'm going to put it at 1. But I do want to bet on Drake May. I do want to put him on the ticket on passing yards. I think he's going to throw the football and be effective doing so. Josh Allen, I think I want to take a look at him for total yards, passing, and rushing. So I think I'm going to look at that a little bit later on as we continue to go through the hot picks. The hot picks. Travion Henderson, leave him alone, rushing. Dalton Kincaid, receiving yards. Hooper, receiving yards. I'm going to have to get in this receiving yards and receptions category for this game. Ramondre Stevenson. Do they got can you wager on him fumbling? No, I kid. Yeah, some of these numbers, these receiving yard numbers for the Bills look real juicy. Receiving yards for Demario Douglas. That means he ain't been hitting on nothing this year. This could be the game where Pop Douglas breaks out. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bet on that happening. Yeah, and I'm going to add him to the ticket. 10 yards is too damn enticing. And he ain't had 10 yards all season. So it's a risky proposition. Same with Josh Palmer. He ain't done much, but 20, 17, 18 yards, I'm not passing that up. You crazy? You can get 18 yards in this game. Pop Douglas. Tonight's your night, brother. Or tomorrow night is your night. 10 yards for Pop Douglas. All right. So these hot picks are really good. Let's keep going. Let's go to receiving yards. Let's start with rush yards first. Josh Allen, 30 yards. Okay, so I'm gonna go straight there because I said I wanted to combine pass and rush yards. I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Damn, they won't let me do it. That one hurt. All right, so I got Drake May on the pass yards. Matter of fact, I'm already feeling froggy right now. So I'm gonna move this up to 200. What was the number they gave it to us at? Let me just take it off. 226. That's where I'm gonna put it at. 226. I'm gonna leave it there. He's gonna throw for over 226. So we're not doing rush yards. Or should I do rush yards for Josh Allen? 31 and a half. I probably should. I'm pissed off they won't let me do combined. Pissed off they won't let me do combined. Drake may also be running that thing, but I'm not. I'm not doing that with him. I'd rather hitch my wagon in Josh Allen rush yards than his. I said I wanted to see receiving yards. Let's see. Not touching Diggs. Hooper looks really enticing. Hooper feel like he get a big catch every week. You see that 38, 28, 24. He feel like he get a big wide open catch every goddamn week. I'm gonna add him to the list. I like him for 14 and a half yards. Every week he get a big catch wide ass open. Hunter Henry. I can see him not getting it done. They gonna focus in on him. So he ain't gonna get it done. Dawson Knox, 11 yards receiving. I just need him to get one nice catch, and he'll have that. Curtis Samuel, last week was his first week back. Give me Curtis. Give me Kurt Cole for 10 yards, 11 yards receiving in his second game. Give me Kurt Cole for two catches at least. They're gonna get him involved in this game. So I got Palmer. I got Kurt Cole. I already got Cook for something, don't I? Got him for an anytime touchdown. Do I already got him for an anytime? Yeah, man. Got him for anytime. So they ain't gonna let me couple that with receiving yards. I doubt it. Let me see. If I click on it, it probably won't. It'll take that away. So it took it away, but it added more to my multiplier though, which is crazy. I don't argue though. Let me see. What has he done from a receiving yard standpoint? I feel like he been hit or miss on the receiving yards. Yeah, he ain't really killing the game on receiving yards, but how many yards is that? 14 and a half. That ain't how many catches? Let me see about the catches. How many catches you saying he gonna have in it? See, if that was 1.5, I would have took it. You asking him to have 3. How many times he done had 3 catches this year? Almost every game, 3 catches. I'll do that one instead. I like catches because that mean they don't even have to be effective. It just Josh Allen dump it down to him. That's all I care about. Just catch it 3 times. So I'm gonna do that instead. That feels good. Um, let's see. Khalil Shakir, 4 receptions. He feel like he gonna get about 4 or 5 of them things in this game. So I'm gonna go ahead and Dalton Kincaid feel like another guy that I feel confident fooling around with in this game. You see with his numbers, he was down last week, but 4, 4, and 5. Like he feel like a dude that's gonna catch it. Josh Allen gonna spread the wealth around. I'm gonna leave Keon Coleman alone this time, even though he been playing well too. But this don't feel like the game where they forced it to him because Curtis Samuel is back, and now you got all these weapons. Feel like you can spread it around, and that's what it is reflected in how many guys I'm betting on, either catches or yards with. Man, Dawson Knox for 2 catches. He ain't had 2 all year, probably. He had 2, and he feel like he can catch the ball twice a night. I'm gonna leave that alone, though. I'm gonna leave that alone. Hunter Henry feel like he gonna catch the ball 4 times though, but they might be keying in on him, so we'll see. Diggs for 5 catches. That probably gonna happen too. How many picks I got already? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I might as well just get one more thing and make it 8. I might as well get one more thing and make it 8. Let's see. Don't love completions. Wasn't an option anyway. Field goals made. Prater's only one up here. The kicker for the Patriots been tripping this year. Well, he was early in the season. He's been better here of late. Pass attempts, can't mess with it. Rush attempts. I can see Drake May running 6 times, but I'm not fooling around with that. Rushing receiving yards. That ain't higher than the catches one, is it? The one I have him already down for 2.5 receptions. Yeah, that's at 3. So yeah, I ain't fooling with that. I'm gonna leave that alone. That's even though he probably gonna get to it. Pass attempts. Let me see receptions. I already went there. Receiving yards. Let's go in here. I think it's a little bit one more thing to chew on in here. Let me look at it from the Patriots side. I already hit Pop Douglas. Mac Hollins just need 1 catch in here, but I don't trust him. I don't trust him at all. Kayshon Boutte, I thought he was gonna have a big year, and he really hasn't. I think he can get 25 yards in this game, but I don't love it. I don't love it. And I'm not gonna mess my ticket up with something I don't love. I'm already here at 7. I just feel like I get one more thing and just push it up, but I gotta love it. Allen throwing for 2 touchdown passes. Is that an option? They got his touchdown passes at 1.5. Yeah, he gonna throw 2 touchdown passes in this game. So I think that'll round me out right there. Palmer 17.5. Pop Douglas 9.5. Drake May 226 yards and a half passing. Hooper 14.5 receiving. Curtis Samuel 10.5 receiving. James Cook 3 catches in this game. Khalil Shakir 4 catches, and Josh Allen throws 2 touchdown passes in this game. Let's do it for the win. It's in. All right. Now, I got one more for y'all, and this is my weekly kicker edition. Once again, if you haven't already done so, use the promo code LTN to get you 100% deposit match moving on your first deposit. Dollar for dollar match. So let's get into kickers edition. All right. So let's go all the way back to the beginning. The Vikings kicker has been cash money this season, Will Reichert, and he kicks at least 2 field goals every week. He messed me up he made his field goals last week. It was the Steelers kicker that got one block. Will Reichert this season has had at least 2 field goals in every single game. Against a stingy Browns defense, it feels like field goals may be their only way to survive in this game early. Give me Will Reichert for 2. I'm going to leave Schmidt alone in this game, even though he could easily kick 2 field goals. He doesn't feel like a place I need to go. Texans, Ravens. Every week the Texans kick field goals. They don't ever have the Texans up here, but they got Kamimi Fairbairn. That if there's anybody that's kicking field goals every week, it's him. Baltimore may stink right now, and they got all kinds of shit going on, but the Texans are going to kick field goals. I do know that. That's what they do. Dolphins, Panthers. I don't trust either one of these 2 teams or their kickers for that matter. Fitzgerald has been pretty good for the Panthers this season, but I don't trust either one of these kickers. Patterson has been pretty good, but yeah, I'm gonna leave that game alone. I think I get burnt every week with the Raiders kicker, Daniel Carlson. Every week I think I get burnt by him. So I think I'm gonna leave him alone because I think each of the last 2 weeks he's been on my kicker ticket, and you see what happened. Last week he got 1 block, and the week before he just didn't have enough attempts against Washington. So he was one of my kickers at the beginning of the season, as you can see, 2 and 3, and then he's been falling off here. I can see him being inside against Indy and having a kick, but I do like Spencer Schrader, the Colts kicker. Every week, as you can see, he's been at least 2 kicks. They could score 50 on the Raiders and not even need field goals in this game. That's the thing that scares me here is they may not have to kick field goals. They may actually be able to get into the end zone, and field goals may not be a thing in this game. But I like Spencer Schrader a lot, and I'm going to add him to the ticket this week. Next game, Giants and Saints. Feel like the Saints kicker. I'm staying away from the Giants kicker because he's still a newbie. But Groupie's been pretty solid this year. And against that Giants defense, they're not going to get into scoring range very often. But when they do, feels like it's going to be a field goal attempt. So I'll take Blake Groupie in that game. I'll stay away from the Giants kicker, even though he could easily end up with 2 field goals. He's just too new. I don't trust him. I don't know him. I don't trust him. Dallas game. I actually like both of these kickers, to be honest with you. But you know what's been really interesting with Aubrey is he just hasn't kicked a lot of kicks this year. He only kicked 1 against Green Bay, which was shocking to me. I didn't expect him to score all those points that they ultimately did. He kicked 2 in the Chicago game, barely. He started out hot, but feels like this is a game against a Jets team that they may kick a couple field goals, but I also don't trust the Jets defense right now. It feels like they could get off the field a couple of times, force Dallas kick a field goal, but it feels like they couldn't. Nick Folk, they're another one of these teams that just struggle to score. I could see them settling for a couple of Nick Folk field goals. I'm going to add both of them in. I probably should leave Aubrey out, but if I find a better kicker, he'll be the one to go. But right now, I'm going to stick with him. I did this in my guarantees, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I took both of the kickers in that. I really want to leave them out of this if at all possible. Kind of go on to another set of kickers. But I just really think you're going to see some field goals kicked in this game. I really do. How many do we already have? We already got 6. So if I take these 2 guys, to all the Commanders fans out there that were asking about Joey Slye, talking about, oh man, look at Joey Slye. He's back doing his Joey Slye shit. He missed both his kicks last week, and he's missed 4 out of his last 6 kicks. So yeah, he's back to being Joey Slye, just in case you were wondering. So probably need to stay away from the Cardinals game. I like the Buccaneers kicker, Chase McLaughlin. This guy has just been kicking field goals like his mind has gone bad this season. He had 3 last week, 5 the week before that. This could be one of those weeks where he doesn't have to kick, as you can see that's what happened in the first 2 weeks. What I don't want to do is kill 2 tickets with 1 game. If I put the 2 kickers from the Eagles-Broncos game and they don't get it done, it'll kill not 1 but 2 tickets. It could also clinch 1 or both, or both tickets or whatever. So it could go either way. The question then becomes, do I love any of the kickers in the other games enough to not put them in? I don't love anybody else's kicking situation enough. I'm just going to take the 2 kickers in this game and be done with it. And there we go. So I think I got 8 picks. Not as much money, no boost this week on the line, but it's still a nice, sizable chunk that can be had. So I've got Will Reichert over in London. I'll know last week my whole kicker sheet was dead after the game over in Ireland. So this one will tell me if I'm going to even move forward. Will Reichert needed to get 2 kicks against Cleveland. Then I got Kamimi Fairbairn, 2 for him against Baltimore. Spencer Schrader, 2 for him against the Vegas Raiders. Blake Grupe, 2 for him against the Giants in their contest. Nick Folk, 2 for him against the Cowboys. Brandon Aubrey, 2 for him against the Jets defense. Will Lutz, 2 for him against Philadelphia. And Jake Elliott, 2 for him against Denver's stingy defense. That's what I'm rolling with. $700 on the line. Let's get it. Big shout out to Sleeper for allowing the kid to have so much fun and having a little extra going on while I'm watching these games on Sunday. That, my friends, is the Skill Game. Brought to you by Sleeper.
The Skill Game, brought to you by Sleeper.
So that's going to do it for me, your man Louie T, here on the Skill Game, brought to you by Sleeper. Gave you 2 more bets. We'll check on those sheets and those tickets tomorrow for the Sunday night game. Conversely, I had 2 for the Commanders. We'll do that one on that stream. So that's going to do it for me, your man Louie T, here on the Skill Game, brought to you by Sleeper. Looking forward to chopping up with you guys tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday. Peace.